Good morning, guys. So the weather is starting to get nice again. We've got tonight, it's supposed to drop down to 25, and that's our last cold night. So let's go check out the garden. So a couple weeks ago, I had started our lettuce and our spinach up along this bed. And as you can see, the spinach is doing really good. It goes all the way along here. However, the lettuce never germinated. So I think I'm going to replant some more lettuce today. So I just watered the spinach and I'm gonna get ready to plant the lettuce. I'm gonna do it the same way I did last time, just a shallow little row, and then I'll cover it after I get the lettuce seeds in. So this is my lettuce. This is the spinach that I planted. I guess I'll do this one. Yeah, let's try this one. Okay, so I just finished planting this one, and I noticed in the row, there's lettuce popping up. At least I hope that's lettuce. If it's not lettuce, that's fine. But if it is, I'm gonna have a lot of lettuce. Oh boy. So this is the big bed that we tilled the other day. We've got our potatoes planted here, and I've got everything covered just because obviously we have chickens. Our carrots and our beets are planted here. I'm going to take the metal roofing off, and in the next couple days, like I said, it's supposed to warm up. And then this next row, we've already got it set and prepped so that way we can cover it. And I think I'm going to plant the cabbages in there today. This is our tray of cabbage, and I've got it in this tray just because I've been taking it in and out just so it can acclimate to the weather outside. But they're definitely big enough and strong enough to be out there, so let's go get them planted. So this year I planted savory and late flat Dutch cabbage, and hopefully I can keep them. I've got all of them labeled, so I'd like to keep them all together, do half the row of one and then half the other. Okay, so I got all our cabbages planted. They look really good. We are going to cover this. That's why we have the hoops for the tunnel. I am going to add some compost and some other stuff that we've got to this bed. And I think this is where I'm going to put our dino kale and our broccoli, because that's also got to get out of the greenhouse. The greenhouse is starting to get too hot for our cold weather crops, so I'm hoping to get most of them out. We've also started laying cardboard and mulching in between our rows over here. Okay, so I'm putting our broccoli in here. We did green sprouting broccoli. I gotta get all of these in this row. I have the same number of broccoli as I did cabbage, so they're gonna take up this entire row. And then over here, I think maybe we'll do the cauliflower and dino kale because I have less of those. Hey guys, it is gonna be 82 degrees today. I've got the goats out back clearing the fence line for us. I'm gonna go show you the garden. So over here in the front yard next to the pasture that we just finished fencing in, this is where our pumpkin patch is gonna be, and you can see there's 2 tires on that end. There's gonna be 4, and there I'm gonna put my bulbs, and then this is gonna be pumpkins and probably watermelon, I think. I've got a bunch of these bulbs, and these are all going to go in the tires that I showed you guys at the end of the pumpkin patch. And then across the driveway, let me show you guys what we got over here. So this first bed is our cold weather crops. This first row is potatoes. Second row is carrots and beets. This row with the arch is our cabbages. This one is our broccoli. Here we've got our dino kale and our Brussels sprouts, and I haven't planted anything in the last row yet. Over here is our onions. Our garlic is here. Then over here we've got some onions that we've saved for seeds, and then in here between the onions we've got our potatoes, and those are just extra potatoes that didn't fit in the row. We still have to prep all these beds. The only other bed over here that has stuff in it is this bed. And then over here is our peas, and the way I've succession planted these is I did our 3-week-old peas, and then I did a pea seed. 3-week-old pea seed, same thing all the way down the row until I ran out of 3-week-old peas, and then I just direct sowed some more pea seeds. On the outside row though, we have some more kale, and this is gonna be an organic mixed kale. Over here on the bed outside of the greenhouse, we have our spinach that looks really good. And then our lettuce in the back should be popping up any day now. But the spinach all looks really nice. A nice row. Let's go in the greenhouse. I had to set up a fan earlier because it is 113 degrees in here right now. Things are struggling. This is why I had to get our cold weather crops out. I planted some loofahs in here. I think that'll look really cool when they droop down. Over here I've got, let's see, black-eyed Susan vines I started the other day, some marigolds, cilantro, jalapenos, hot pepper blend, green zinnias, thyme, black eggplant, long purple eggplant, and cucumbers. And then over here I've got tomatoes, a morning glory, and some basil. That is our goji berry bush. And then over here in this corner we have our lemon balm. I should water those. Then over here, I love this table because it keeps things watered even when it's hot. We've got a zinnia, some peppers, tomatoes, a marigold, and then some more peppers. Down here we've got a bunch of flowers, calendula, zinnias, larkspur, some more basil, and then kale. And back here we have some asparagus that I'm starting and okra. It's really hot out, so I watered this morning and everything looks really nice now. We have a lot going on this weekend that I'm hoping to record. We've got to put the gate on the pasture that we finished fencing in. We're gonna get the goats out to the pasture, and then we're gonna move all the chickens out to where the goat house is, and hopefully I'll be able to record all that. Another thing is we're hoping to be able to get more chicks and our ducks and our turkeys this weekend. If we can't find the breeds that we want though, we won't be getting them. I don't want to bring on breeds that we're not entirely positive about, just because we don't have a lot of space, so we can't just keep animals that aren't going to be beneficial to us and our personal needs. And the reason I'd like to get them this weekend is because we currently have a batch of eggs in the incubator that are going to be hatching, and I like to raise all of my birds together. I know it's controversial. This is just how I like to do it. I've never had a problem with integrating. I've never had a problem with birds being mean to each other or anything like that. We raise them all together as babies, and then they kind of integrate themselves in with the flock. So if I can raise all the chicks that are in the incubator with the new chicks that we plan to get, that way I don't have to raise different batches at different ages and worry about them. So our incubator is set, the eggs are in. They should be hatching tomorrow or Sunday. I did take out the little wheel thing. I just don't like to have it in there when they're hatching. I've done it both ways. This is just my preference, but hopefully we start to see some action and I will record anything that happens.